Why cologne does not help you attract amazing women. My name is David Meessen, and welcome to another episode of the Dating and Relationship Revolution podcast. Today we're going to speak about why cologne does not help you attract amazing women and what you should focus on instead if you want to get more dates or find an amazing high-quality relationship. First of all, we have to understand and accept that smell matters. It doesn't matter how confident you are, it doesn't matter how good you communicate. If you smell bad, well, that's going to mess things up for you. No woman wants to be with a man who smells bad, whether that be at the point where she goes for the kiss, or she's simply sitting next to you during the date, or you approach her for the first time. If you smell bad, you're going to mess things up from the get-go. But, so it's important and it absolutely matters. And you can use cologne. I love different types of cologne, 2 to 3 sprays, 4 at max, depending on the strength. You don't want to smell like some boutique. Okay, that's just going to be harassment for her nose. You don't want that. But you can make yourself smell nice. But why is it never going to help you meet or attract amazing women? Well, I'd like to draw the analogy to a model that's used in business. Back in the day, I did a business degree, first class honors. Yes, you heard that right. From a very average and mediocre university, nonetheless a first class honors. And one of the things they taught us was Herzbergs 2-factor theory, which basically means there's certain things at work that actually motivate us and inspire us and fill us with joy to do better, and other factors that are just there to kind of keep us showing up. And they separate that into, or they differentiate that into 2 categories: hygiene factors and motivators. And even though hygiene doesn't actually apply to real hygiene, it's a nice analogy drawn to the area of dating. So if you work for a corporation, let's say you're a VP of software engineering for a big tech company. I have a bunch of clients who work in software engineering, potential business owners as well. Let's say you're a VP in software engineering. Then there's certain things that make you show up. And most people, or a lot of people, actually believe that money is a motivator, that money motivates us inherently to do better, to do our best, to go the extra mile. And while that may be true for some people, for most people, money is actually more a hygiene factor. Hygiene factors being defined as they keep us showing up. They get us to show up, because without them, we definitely wouldn't show up. But just because a hygiene factor is being met, that does not mean we're going to show up at our best. That does not mean we're actually fulfilled, we enjoy the work, we're motivated to do our best. There's a bunch of other ones. But what really motivates people at work, for example, is appreciation from the manager, a good relationship to their superior, good relationships to their coworkers, a sense of purpose, a sense of agency. These are things that actually motivate people to do better and show up and do their best. So, same in dating. There are certain things without which she's definitely not going to be interested in you that still won't make her want you. Smell being one of them. Smell is a basic. It's quite literally a hygiene factor that has to be met. Because if you don't smell good, she's never going to want you. But just because you smell good, she doesn't really get attracted to you. So you see the difference. Certain factors have to be met, because otherwise it's going to kill the deal instantly. But just because they're met, she's never going to want you. Another reason why smell is never going to work for you, other than it's a hygiene factor, if I were to group it, obviously it's not an official factor in Herzbergs theory, because that's around business processes. But if we were to group it there, another reason why it doesn't work is because you haven't earned it and you can't differentiate yourself by smelling good. Any man can buy some amazingly smelling odors. Odor is the wrong word. This is called oud. That's why I thought of the word odor. Pardon me, I'm from Germany. In Germany, we say parfum, and that's for men as well as women. So any man can walk out there after a long day of working hard on his career, reward himself with a bottle of cologne. That doesn't differentiate you, and she knows that. She knows, okay, you might smell good, and yeah, there's plenty of research done on pheromones, and smell can be a strong trigger, so it can be helpful. But that doesn't differentiate you. And she knows that. She knows that the thing that actually differentiates you, your clarity, your confidence, and communication. Your clarity on who you are, where you're going, and who you want on your journey. Your confidence to communicate your personality authentically and effectively. And your communication skills to do so. To understand the dynamics of attraction. To understand the psychology of men to women interactions. Mastering communication skills is what's going to separate you from the rest. And if you want to meet an amazing woman, somebody that you can actually share your life with, potentially have a family with, you need to differentiate yourself in your communication. And just making yourself smell good, bro, is just not gonna cut it. I can tell you that. I've now worked with men from 25, 26 different countries around the world, helped them get a better dating life and find an amazing girlfriend and life partner. And most of them are very successful in their career, very successful in their business, and yet and a lot of them smell nice. A lot of them already have a collection, at least one or two colognes that make themselves smell nice. If cologne really did the trick, you'd already have an amazing girlfriend and life partner. And the same is true for all other commodities. Branded items. Do you really think she cares what other man's name you wear on your glasses? What other man's name you wear on your underwear? That's the most hilarious thing in the world to me. Men pride themselves by having another man's name in their genital area. They're proud of, I don't even know the names because I don't care. I care so little. I care that they're comfortable. I'd really like to invite you to question your beliefs and the level of conditioning that's been imposed upon you. Women do not care about things that are acquired easily. If you're a man of substance, ambition, existing success, obviously that's going to help, but you still need to differentiate yourself in your communication. And when you approach her in a bar or nightclub, obviously it helps if you smell nice, but you need to talk to her absolutely differently to the way you communicate in a Starbucks, to the way you communicate in the gym, to the way you communicate perhaps even after church. Your communication has to be tailored to the context. Standing out, differentiating yourself from the masses, from most other men, is done through communication. If you want to know how to do that in detail, simply apply for a free initial consultation call, pardon me, and we'll figure out if and how I'll be able to help you personally. I've now been able to do that with men from all around the world, all kinds of backgrounds, most of them quite ambitious, quite successful, warm men. If you want to work with me, you have to be a really warm person, because I don't like men who are, I know I can be harsh, but who are too possessed with negative energy, if that's what you want to call it, who don't have the best intentions for women. So if you're somebody who has the best intentions for women, then I'd love to share it all with you. Simply apply for a free initial consultation call. And yeah, you'll still be able to keep using that cologne of yours, but you don't have to rely on a commodity. You can simply learn to communicate your personality authentically and effectively.